Most hamsters live in an environment defined by a few static textures: smooth plastic, a metal wheel, and paper bedding. In these spaces, a hamster often patrols the same four corners hundreds of times a night, searching a perimeter that never changes. In the wild, their ancestors are biological generalists, navigating subterranean tunnels, dense root systems, and shifting soil. Their survival depends on a constant stream of sensory data: smells, resistances, and seasonal growth. When this instinct to gather is met with a static bowl of pellets, the result is foraging deprivation. Without a complex landscape to navigate, the animal often defaults to repetitive glass climbing or bar biting behaviors as a reaction to the lack of environmental feedback. Moving beyond a basic habitat isn't about decoration. It's about providing the specific physical challenges that engage a rodent's brain. To do that, we have to engineer a living, edible ecosystem from the ground up. The goal is a fully functional, miniature agricultural system designed to fit within the precise footprint of a standard enclosure. Plant selection is a matter of safety and scale. We need species that are non-toxic, have rapid germination cycles, and possess root systems that won't overwhelm a shallow container. Our specific seed payload includes dwarf sunflowers, miniature carrots, and a variety of hamster-safe herbs like basil and cilantro. This cross-section shows our soil matrix. Note the highlighted constraint zone at the base. Store-bought soils often contain synthetic fertilizers, but because hamsters dig, we must use a 100% organic, additive-free mix to ensure it's safe if ingested. By curating the biology at the start, we eliminate the risk of introducing toxins into the pet's enclosed world. With the plan set, we move to the physical execution. We are working within a restricted vertical space, with a soil depth of barely 2 inches. At this scale, the physics of watering change. A standard pour would create a miniature flash flood, uprooting the shallow seeds and turning the bedding into a swamp. To solve this, we use a tiny glass dropper. It allows for exact single-drop volume control, ensuring the soil stays hydrated without collapsing the delicate microstructure of the garden bed. Maintenance is a daily loop. We monitor soil dampness by hand and carefully rotate the artificial light source to ensure the stalks grow straight and strong. Micro-horticulture is unforgiving. Without the buffer of a large garden, every milliliter of water and hour of light must be managed to prevent the ecosystem from failing. While the seeds are still dormant, the hamster is already curious, investigating the new sense of the damp earth. To see how he reacts once the green breaks through, make sure to subscribe for more miniature marvels. After a few days, the growth phase begins. The seeds activate, sending out the first microscopic root structures to anchor themselves. However, we quickly hit a biological wall: microclimate stagnation. In such a small, undrained volume, moisture becomes trapped beneath the surface, pooling into high-risk zones where toxic mold thrives. To counter this, we introduce mechanical ventilation. This dynamic airflow pulls trapped vapor out of the soil surface, preventing mold and keeping root systems hydrated. With the ventilation balanced, the garden takes off. The time-lapse shows the moment the first sprout erupts through the topsoil, unfurling its leaves as it reaches for the light. By overcoming the limitations of the microscale, we've produced a dense, edible landscape in a space that was previously empty. The final result is a vibrant, mature garden, a variety of dwarf sunflowers, herbs, and leafy greens ready for harvest. The moment we remove the protective barrier, the hamster is given total access to this living landscape for the first time. He engages immediately. Instead of waiting at a bowl, he is digging through the soil, selecting specific stems, and tearing fresh greens away to be pouched or eaten on the spot. The harvest is less about the calories and more about the action. The hamster is performing complex biological sequences, locating, assessing, and gathering, that have been dormant since he was born. By providing a landscape that requires effort to harvest, we provide a direct outlet for the energy that usually manifests as repetitive cage pacing. After the harvest, we see a shift in behavior. The hamster appears more settled, spending less time testing the cage boundaries and more time engaged in calm, focused exploration of the remaining foliage. You can recreate a similar version of this enrichment at home. Sprouting something as simple as chia seeds in a small dish of organic soil provides a safe, sensory-rich experience for any small pet. This is just the beginning. We're already looking into new crop rotations and even miniature vertical farming structures to further expand his world. Engineering nature on a micro scale changes the reality of a captive animal. If you have your own unique pet enrichment ideas, share them in the comments below.